All right, hello everyone. Here we are, hole 7. Now, what we're going to do here, rock driver again, very similar shot to what you guys saw me do last time. But we're going to focus on getting in the fairway this time. And but if you guys, I highly recommend you at least, watching the other video. I played it from the bunker intentionally, just so in the event that you guys do get in trouble, you at least have an outlook to at least see kind of a secondary type approach. Otherwise, we're just going to play it this way. So this is how we're going to get out into the fairway. We're going to use the max ring number, right around 10 rings here at least, maybe 10 and a half. So we're looking at kind of 10 and a half rings up as a land zone, somewhere in here. As you saw on my original drive, we're not going to need power. Just make sure that you're, setting up here to where, when you curl this, it's going to kind of go more towards the right than it actually shows on your ball guide, or it shows on your directional arrow. So you'll just want to be just a little bit cautious with that. And here you can see with no spin, we're just able to get over towards the front. And we'll probably set ourselves up somewhere towards min-ish club with a long iron, even if it's a little bit shorter than this. So you can even use one backspin here. Do watch how much curl you do, because you really can't curl it any more than I just did. But you can see that we can get out there very easily. And as I mentioned, it gets a little bit easier towards max long iron because the bounces, they're a little bit longer. So if you can drive it a little bit shorter than I did, it's actually a better drive because of the fact that you have bigger bounces, and what that allows you to do is put more backspin on the ball and not have the ball guide restricted. When you can add more backspin, it makes it more holeable. So do keep that in mind. So I think I still have the same long iron on. It might be, worth switching to backbone if you are a little bit less on your accuracy. Let's see. Yeah, we're still on the 4 here. It's going to be a relatively straight wind, more or less. Assuming somewhere around, I didn't use the slider. But you can see my angle, so I'm just going to kind of wing it. I'm assuming I'm probably about 20% club, which I'm going to play about 5 rings here. But you can see kind of what I'm mentioning here with the spin is we're going to be kind of restricted. In fact, you're actually seeing that I'm actually hitting this off the rough, and I'm doing this kind of intentionally. And as I mentioned, I'm going to go kind of right on 5 rings, pretty much exactly on. And you can see that I left my ball guide actually in the rough, hoping that it's going to just expand out a little bit. It looks like it did, but it didn't look like I quite had the correct amount of offset. But do pay attention to that because, my ball guide was in the rough for the second hop, but then it actually didn't hit the rough. So do keep that in mind. Here, let's take a look here. 7.7 with the wind. I knew if I went back in here, it would have screwed things up. But here you can see, right at 20%, which is more or less where I was trying to play. It was 5 rings. So that's what you saw me doing on that shot. I can visualize that very well. So if I do the order wrong, the first thing you want to do is you want to scan and figure out how long your shot is. If you do it in reverse and go back in, it's going to reset your wind. You have to repress it. I personally don't mind that. I'm very fast. However, it's just a little bit easier there. As you can see, if I could just wing it and say, I could look at mid and whatever it was, 5.8 or whatever, and I could just see, oh, well, at 20%, it's going to be, roughly 5 rings. So, hopefully you guys are good now for that hole. You have 2 different views. I do recommend checking the other one out because, just in case you do get in trouble, you want to make sure that you can give yourself the best chance to potentially still make it. And I want to make sure that you guys are on one point with that. So I did, you know, intentionally play it from the sand to be able to just give you that perspective, if it, you know, just to keep on the back of your mind to keep you out of trouble. So good luck there, and I'll see you guys on 8 coming up.